Shout out to FightHype.com. They did an interview with Malik Scott. And at first, it's a long interview too. It was like 50 minutes. And at first, I was like, he's being real honest. And then the more I listened to it, I'm like, is he throwing Deontay Wilder under the bus? Even my wife said, and she was listening to it, she doesn't even really follow boxing. And she was like, is he throwing Deontay under the bus? I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, he threw Deontay so far under that bus, you need a rake to get him out. I was like, really, dude? Like, Wilder's kind of sensitive too. If he goes back and listens to this, he's going to be like, what was that about? But he just kept saying that he pretty much gave Wilder the best game plan he could give him. You know, I've never really heard a trainer do that before. Usually a trainer will stick up for his fighter. Even look at how Brandon Staley, who just got let go from the Chargers, he didn't he would always take most stand-up coaches take it on their backs. They'll say, hey, it's all on me and I take full responsibility. Not Malik Scott. He even went at Anthony Joshua throwing the belts out of the ring when he fought Usyk, trying to question his his mentality at the time. And I'm like, how you going to question something like that from AJ when your fighter had a million excuses why he lost to Tyson Fury? Talked about the gloves being tampered with, the water being tampered with, the referee, Darrell, whatever his name is, the fighter that was in the crowd saying stuff. Oh, and the interviewer from FightHype.com mentioned Darrell too. He said that Malik shouldn't be trying to teach Deontay Wilder how to box. He should teach him, what his strengths are, punching. But, he still said he laid out the proper game plan. He said about a million times, Father Time is undefeated. So he's basically saying inactivity and age may be responsible. Even said, I didn't see Deontay resetting his feet before he knocked people out until I got in camp. I didn't see Deontay do this and that until I got in camp. I'm like, man, he's really bigging himself up, But it was an interesting interview. He told the interviewer, you can ask me anything during the interview. I would have been, I got a question for you, Malik. Did you throw your fight with Deontay Wilder? That would have been my first question. Can we get an honest answer about that? Because remember, even Wilder questioned you about that. Can we get an honest answer about that? Because he also said he picked Jarrell Miller to beat Dubois, which I thought he would too, even though I was rooting for Dubois. And he said he kind of was thinking Miller would win because he said he saw a little yellow in Dubois in his past fights. I'm like, okay, but at least he didn't throw a fight. So it's easy for you to be real critical on everybody else, but you're not talking about your suspect fight with Deontay Wilder. But hey, he said you can ask him anything. I would have started off with that. But yeah, he's an interesting guy, and he said he was happy for Dubois. He said it's a strange thing how he'll be watching a fight, and even if the guy he picked to win starts losing, he starts rooting for the other guy, So I thought that was interesting. Let's see. He was saying so much. I made some notes because I didn't want to leave out anything. Let's see. Uh, yeah, I might have covered it all. He said a whole bunch, but it seems he said some pretty good things about Joshua. He's saying like Joshua's on a mission right now, and he was impressed with Ben Davison, and I'm impressed with Ben Davison too. And even he said, he knows everybody's going to be coming after him now that Deontay lost, but he's like, hey man, I love this. So yeah, I'm we're coming after you, Malik. We know it's not all your fault. We know Deontay didn't execute. You're talking about he normally throws a lot of rights, and he wasn't doing it this time. He even asked the interviewer, now if I come to your right or whatever, which hand do you have up? He's like, I think he said, I don't know, that's easy, like everybody should know that. But he was like, Deontay wasn't doing that. And I'm like, man, you sure you want to put this interview out right now? Because your fighter is sensitive. He even said that some people are talking about why did they get rid of Mark Breland now? Like they should bring him back. I never thought they should have gotten rid of Mark Breland in the first place. But he has more positive to say about Anthony Joshua than Deontay Wilder. In fact, have you got Deontay Wilder's new cologne? Obsessed by Deontay Wilder. You like that one? Was that a dad joke? But it was an interesting interview. Malik felt like he wasn't to blame, apparently, and he let it be known. He kept talking about father time, as he put it, inactivity. Then he talked about Joseph Parker having 4 fights in the year, and he's saying it's hard to overcome all that. And also, though, the thing that he said that I liked, he was like, we got to give Joseph Parker credit. You know, we can't just make it on what Deontay didn't do. We got to give him some credit. So that was one of the positive things that he did say in the interview. But I'm going to do a video on what would you guys like to see. Well, I know you'll already say yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're going to hold a Day of Reckoning too. They should make it like a Super Bowl. Like, you know, someone was saying you should just number them. You know, like UFC, 1, 2, 3, just keep going. But who would you guys like to see in that? Be thinking about it. And when I make the video, hit me up in the comments. It's the J. Roos Theory. Thank you for watching. LSR forever. Subscribe and all that stuff down there. And be fearless. Yay.